Drew's over here messing with some stuff, practicing some social distancing. Nobody's at the shop today. Ethan's actually at home. Now, I know you guys have been saying this since the beginning, and I want to tell you that I've been listening, but I already had the turbo set up the way I did, and I genuinely wanted to see if it worked. It somewhat worked, and we have proof of that, but at some point, for some reason, the T3 is getting boost literally sucked out of it. It cannot boost by itself, so here's what we're doing. Also, big shout to Turbo Guard. Thank you for sending me this. I need to tighten this up. It looks really good, though. Gonna prevent some big rocky boys from going in there. But now the T3 is going to be the intake turbo, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go from this compressor housing into the intake of this, which used to be the intake turbo. Now this is the intake turbo, boom, into the compressor housing. And now this one is going to be going into the intercooler, into the intake manifold, and into the little bitty motor. This is actually how diesel guys set up their compound setup. This technically is not gonna be the most efficient way to do this setup. It will have to go through the exhaust housing of the small turbo still. We're gonna be basically somewhat bypassing the small turbo, going up to here. The T3 is gonna be the main boy. So now this guy is gonna be spinning freely on its own with 0 atmospheric pressure, and then it's going to be compounding with that little guy, and then supposedly then it will actually compound. So this is technically the correct way to do it. Thank you guys for always being active in the comment section. I listen to you guys, but again, want to see how this worked. Well, here's the new setup for the twin turbo Civic. We only need a reducer now from 3" from the inlet to 2.5", which we do not have currently. We're gonna pick one of those up on Monday, and we're gonna give her a shot. Today's the day. Now, I do want to remind you guys, right now we are donating 10% towards COVID-19 emergency relief, giving to Samaritan's Purse. So if you guys need some clothes, you guys want to support the drop and help people get better, right now we are doing that. Just wanted to give you a quick reminder. Right now, we're going to this shop. Dang it, she didn't give me the remote. All right, Ethan, you said you liked the slime design, right?
Yeah.
Hit. She's yours.
Thank you, sir.
You ready for today, dude?
All right, yes. Let's get it done. I'm gonna make that face.
So here is the final piece. She's a little toasty, but we're good. This is exactly how the experts, I guess, are saying this turbo setup should work. So really hopeful about this. Everybody's been saying the hot side's good, and so we're listening to you guys trying this out. I'm super stoked that this is gonna bring some really good stuff today. Hell yeah, brother. Hey! So, she is spinning.
Look fine so far.
Ooh.
Yep, looks fine.
Okay.
Feels like there's some more power coming in there.
Yeah,
right?
it ramps just about as fast.
Okay.
I can actually still hear the wastegate open and stuff, so. Whoa!
12 pounds.
That feels nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool. It sounds healthier. Woo! We got some smoke. Choo choo, baby. Hope you guys are right. I think we're just gonna see what these turbos do, and then possibly go ahead and order some new ones. Because even though we're just now getting to tuning, these turbos have been through a lot. We've gone 4 days of street tuning, a whole day of dynos. So eBay turbos might be kind of done. I'm sure once you go full throttle, it'll either get better or way worse. So we'll figure it out. Yeah, I think it's probably time for another turbo pretty soon. Hey, if she spools, she rules. So that's right. I just want to show the effect of Honda in here.
Yeah, it's pretty smoky.
Ethan, wait for me. I want to ride. Let me hop on.
I don't think that's gonna go well.
What's the plan now? I mean,
it did look a little bit different as far as the fuel ratios, so I do have to make a couple little changes.
Okay.
With more power, is usually a leaner mixture, and I
Yeah.
can see a leaner mixture, so that's a good sign.
Okay. Hell yeah. Come on, baby. Man, this thing's dirty as hell. Whoa! Way better. Way better. Okay. It literally all just straight up laid down 200 with a conservative, like 11 pounds. Wow. Look at that power band. It still has a little bit of a dip, but like it's nothing even close to how it was. Would you look at that, dude? All right, so here you have it. On wastegate. Purely on wastegate. 223 and 210. Yeah, we literally have an opposite.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Hell yeah. Blew up one of these Wu-Tang war whistles today. How about that? Actually, let's not do that. I don't want to replace them. So here's some pretty cool statistics for you guys. Right now on absolute wastegate, like bottom line, made 220 or 230, 200 torque, but it makes at 30% throttle at 1800 RPMs, we're already making positive pressure. Let me remind you that on the car that I've already sold, the green car that we blew up in the middle of the summer, last summer, that car made positive pressure on just the T3 with the exact same engine, didn't make positive pressure till about 4,000 or 5,000 RPMs. We were making positive pressure at 30% throttle at 1800 RPMs. I can't wait to see what this setup can do. All right, we got boost controller on. We're gonna try for a few more PSI, and we're just gonna keep climbing until we can't climb no more. Yeah, it went down. For some reason now, all of a sudden that we just upped the boost, it's now having the same sort of deal. So we're gonna try a few things for like spark, ignition, and see what we do, see what can happen. I mean, I don't really know why it would still do this. We're still making more power. It's like 240 or something right now, but super weird. So we just took out the distributor coil. This is the one on the left that we've been using. This is the one that actually came on the green Civic that I had in the summer. Came out of that one. So, I mean, it's a simple thing, so might as well give it a shot. Does this bring back memories, boys? It actually looks way nicer. So, here we go. Hey! Nice job. It gets so loud, guys. We also re-gapped the spark plugs.
What?
They weren't like bad. What? We re-gapped the spark plugs. They weren't bad or anything, but we probably closed up to like, what, 20,000?
Like minimum 20,000.
20,000.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see. That always usually helps, especially E85, like little 4-cylinder cars with this distributor setup. So we'll see. No. What does the graph look like? The top one's the T3's perfect, but that T25 had some shaft play. Wasn't great. Would that be signs of one turbo just completely sucking the life out of another? All right, so we changed the wastegate again. I think right now the discrepancy between the two different springs that we have might be the cause of some of the stuff going on. When this car was on wastegate, it had it was basically on the 5-pound spring, not even touching the other 20-pound spring, and we made 220 straight wastegate. So now we're gonna do straight wastegate with some big boys. I feel like we're gonna ramp and hit that boost cut real quick, but let's just cross our fingers, see if we can just go for 3 hundo right now. What's boost cut set at?
23.
23? I feel like we're gonna hit that. Is that fuel?
Yeah, it was like too much fuel now.
Interesting.
Definitely a lot more smoke though. Yeah, it was like 8. It would not exceed 17 pounds.
Okay, so here's Okay, so here's what's going on. You guys saw that we made like 220, 230 on wastegate, 12 PSI. For some reason, we haven't changed a thing. Everything is constant. There's no boost leaks, no nothing. We are literally losing power as boost goes up. So let me show you guys the graph. That's our beautiful ass graph right there. Like Rocky Mountains. It should keep going. So I think we're just gonna test and see how much now we can make just off the T25. We're gonna test that. And then like, I don't know, but we might be out spooling the T25 is a big thing. T25 might not be suitable to be compounded. It might just be blowing some hot air and we might just be eating something that we just can't process. We're gonna try just T25 and see what happens. You are keeping your foot on the gas the whole time, right? So we made one.
The spool was very slow.
Yeah.
Very, very slow.
So do you think the turbo might be shot?
Something is not right with that turbo, yeah.
Maybe like the bearing was okay enough for the very first pull today, and now it's like.
I would say like the amount of smoke that we're getting, and then the slowness to spool of just this turbo. So like we removed that.
Yeah, you guys heard that.
And those gates. This turbo is building boost, but it should build like 7 pounds and just hang right there. But it's like 1, 2.
You remember
3.
what the single turbo that blew on my SC? It would build like 4 PSI, but it would take forever to build.
Get there.
And it never had shaft play, but it honestly didn't smoke that much either. So this little turbo could just be wrecked.
That is seeming likely. We try to do all the variations of like gates and pipes and all that like has happened here.
So it's not even tuning, it's just like a hardware issue at this point.
Yep.
Shoot, I need me a new turbo. This has been fun, dude.
I'm ready for it to get to that other fun part. But,
Yeah.
you know, like, yeah. Shout out, we just need you know, Garrett, we need not only do we need 2 turbos, but we need like, or whoever, but we need an engineer to go with them.
Hey man, at least it worked. And we might have just done one too many pulls in the T25 today, and it could have been like 400, 350, but then like
you really
that thing
gotta
kind of
get,
pooped itself out.
On the eBay turbos, you got to make your power within like 5 pulls. Or else, you don't know.
You say that. This one lasted the whole green car, and it's still kicking.
This
and
is the same one?
Yeah, but that's an even. This is a Max Speeding Rod's turbo down there, so I don't know.
I have a stronger feeling now that you just said that.
Listen, I did what you guys said to do, and I blew a turbo. I don't know, man. First thing I want to clear up, dude, there's no freaking tuner in the world that's just going to say absolutely know how this is done and how it's going to work perfectly. So stop. I know you guys are fanboys over certain people, certain tuners. I'm just going to say this right now. Ethan has fixed a lot of tunes from most of the people you're telling me to go like get tunes from. I'm just saying. Ethan's arguably probably the best tuner for Hondas ever in existence, but I'm just saying like this is a weird setup and a lot of variables, and like if the T25 is blown, then you know it could be fine. It could have been fine the whole time, and you know what, my setup might have actually worked considering it's having the same problem. Even after we switched it around, did what people said to do and did what the diesel guys do or whatever, it's still having that same issue, literally the exact same problem. So we tested the T25. T25 takes forever to spool, and it should not. It absolutely should not, because it's the primary turbo off the manifold. And again, like I was going back through and I was reading comments of people who know how it works, and I did exactly what everybody since the beginning was saying to do, that I did wrong. And so I reversed it. How we have it right now is exactly how people said to do it. And it's being weird. So honestly, at this point, we might have also figured out that T25 might not be efficient enough or spooly enough to do a compound setup. So maybe at this point we do a T3 and a T4, like a T4 feeding the T3. We could do something like that. So we have a lot of options. And if you guys have any thoughts, or you know, nobody's done this before, but there's people out there that could brainstorm. 150,000 brains are better than just 2, 3, 4. So, you know, I don't know. This is fun. to me, I want to say this is still fun. It's interesting, but this is like the price to pay when you're doing something that nobody really has done, especially on a motor this small. Yeah, I don't. It's wild. But we're gonna keep trucking through it, and we'll figure it out. I guess for my daily advice for you guys, don't give up just because things don't go your way. It's really easy to do that, and you know, some of us you'll have bad days, you'll have good days, and a lot of times life just won't go your way. But what really defines your character is how you approach the things that don't go correctly. What defines you as a person is how you truck through these situations that don't line up perfectly. Like, if honestly, like, life would be boring if everything just constantly worked out. So if you just make the best out of, especially the bad moments, that makes you awesome. We'll figure something out, I promise. I'll see you guys later. Y'all stay safe. Peace. I got 2 videos for you, baby. I don't really have anything to sing or to say. Trailer Tom's not here either, so I'm just gonna tell you guys, you should probably just watch what I have in front of you. You're dumb. Watch those 2 vids.